Tirelessly on your plan to let the world know what you don't care for, and only assholes would dare disagree. One day you gave my content a click, decided you hated me, jumped on my dick, and now you ride me like a roller coaster. Please stop bullying me, I'm too fragile to read these mean things. You fucked me up, you fucked me up, you fucked me up beyond repair, and I will never be the same again. You fucked me up, you fucked me up, you fucked me up beyond repair, and I will never be the same again. Yeah. Thanks for pointing out that I gained some weight. I hate to disappoint you, but I already lie awake at night and wonder why I suck in life. I swear I'm fine, I'm dead inside. Call me shit, but nothing compares to the voice in my head that has always lived there. Get in line, you fool, it's nothing new. I'm just a tool like you that hates me too. You fucked me up, you fucked me up, you fucked me up beyond repair, and I will never be the same again. You fucked me up, you fucked me up, you fucked me up beyond repair, and I will never be the same again. You fucked me up, you fucked me up, you fucked me up beyond repair, and I will never be the same again. You fucked me up, you fucked me up, you fucked me up beyond repair, and I will never be the same again. Yeah.
Screwing up. I'm tired of going down, I'm tired of myself, I'm tired of this town.
Yeah, Freestyle Friday number 17. My name is E-Double, his name is Tom Petty, and here we go. Small pond, big pond, the fish are the only difference. City out of harmony, lingering on the dissonance. Fishermen wrapping up citizens with their fishing nets. Sometimes chemical, some played old imprisonment. Dissidents laughing at themselves as if they had a voice, acting like technology really gives them a better choice. Protect the borders as we stack up our elitism. Defeatism is what we pretend that we keep believing in. I'm straddling both lines, the quietest revolt. Politicians fake like they caring that we vote. Legalese verbose, cause if it's plain English, then it's ADD riddle, and riddle children might get it. And if they do, then you're fucked. When they know what's up, you might start seeing public servants dressed as little punks. No tie, no suit, they just looking for some truth. Campaign funds came from
Oh, jeez. I forgot to, hang on a second. I forgot to turn something off. Oh, my Lord. I was doing something with, there we go. That should go away. There we go. I was doing something with someone else earlier, and they needed me to have a green screen for when they got through editing or something. I don't know, whatever. Post-production and all that, you know. So, good morning. It's Friday morning, and The world has lost its ever-loving mind. It's crazy out there. Crazy, 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 crazy. Okay, so I've got one little thing that I'm going to go over that is, I guess, online related type stuff. And then I've got a story of an incident that's going on here where I live. And third, I've never done one of those before, but I've done a donation goal. I tried to set it pretty low, donation wise. If you guys hit the donation, then I will tell a story of my younger years when I first started out being working in IT. It's a pretty wild and crazy story. So anyway, there's that. So let's get into let's get this off here. Get this on here. So let's get into it's Friday. So everybody should be smiling. It's Friday. We've got coffee. So even though the world may be going crazy, we're going to be okay. If I say the name Johnny Somali, does that ring the bell with any of you guys? Anybody? Does anybody know who Johnny Somali is? And no Googling. You cannot Google. If you Google, you lose. It's just that simple. I didn't set the rules. That's just the rules. If you don't know who Johnny Somali is, you're fixing to get a little bit of an introduction, okay? All right. So Johnny Somali is this problematic streamer that is over in where is he at? South Korea. Yeah, he's in South Korea, and he has done some really stupid stuff, to the point to where the South Korean government has brought several charges against him. And he had to go to court yesterday to face said charges. And anyway, there is a creator that some of you guys may know by the name of Atozy, right? He shouted your boy here out back a little bit ago. Remember when we were going over the El Valiente, right? Remember the dude in the wheelchair that tried to run the police over with his wheelchair, and he said he didn't do it, and he didn't spit on him, and he did, and all that craziness, right? And Tozy was doing a video on and they sourced some of my interview with El Valiente, whatever the fuck. Another idiot, and just another YouTuber. This guy was in a wheelchair. Is the only difference. So anyway, Atozy decided to go to Seoul, South Korea. You can see there's a picture of our hero, Atozy, there in front of the courtroom, smiling, happy. He traveled, guys. He traveled all the way to South Korea to watch the trial. That's crazy. That is crazy. But anyway, he did. And then after the trial was over with, he did a little live stream. It was 11 minutes and 35 seconds. And we're going to watch a little bit of this and talk about it. And he's going to share some of the goings on that occurred in this courtroom and about just how serious this knuckle dragger, Johnny Somales, took the trial today or yesterday or whatever. Good morning, chat. Good morning. I see all my all my friends out there this morning. Squatchin', Purple, Seth. Make sure and hit that like and subscribe and all that nonsense. Do the YouTubey things, guys. I'll try not to harp about it too much like a certain one-eyed streamer that does constantly, getting those likes up. You know how he does. You know how he does. Come on. Everybody knows how he does, right? But anyway, so let's check out this video from let me go in here. Let me get this speed up just a little bit here. We'll crank it up about 175, I think.
If I'm live or not, because I had to go connect to a public Wi-Fi, or else this would not work. Because apparently the big buildings, I guess, outside were blocking my Wi-Fi connection. So if I am live, it will continue. But I just got out of the Johnny Smalley trial. It's not live. Nope. Oh no. Okay, I'm live. Let's go. It says we're live. We're back. Try the other stream. We're back. We're back. This is phenomenal. Okay. Well, so the thing is, we just got out of the trial. It went absolutely terrible for Johnny, because Johnny showed up more than an hour late with a MAGA hat on and a big bottle of water, and he was just screaming at essentially he got in trouble for, number one, wearing the hat, and
so yeah, from what I've been able to ascertain, the night before the trial, Johnny B. Bad decided it would be a good idea to get drunk and go live. He went live 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning his time, when he had a court date the next morning. And I guess he was really bad drunk and was doing some projectile vomiting. All the great cool things that happens when you overindulge in adult beverages. And he showed up here in court, like I told you, he showed up in court wearing a MAGA hat, an hour late, and chugging a big bottle of water, I guess trying to rehydrate. Maybe he had a little bit of a banger, right?
number two, the bottle. So now there's 4 charges that was in that trial, correct?
There were 4 charges against him, but only 3 of them were addressed today.
Okay.
The 4th charge, which he just discovered about the other day, which I brought up on my stream 2 days ago, and he got the notice of in Korean yesterday. Actually, didn't even get it. Sorry. So
oh wow.
He didn't know anything about it today, and his lawyer didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, they were
today.
pretty shocked.
Oh, okay. So that was a separate charge. Was that the charge that he was showing?
The new obstruction.
Oh, the newest obstruction charge. Okay, yeah.
That
So
came this week.
there's another charge as well that's coming against him about the deepfake stuff that he accidentally leaked on his stream last night. Because as we've been covering, I mean, he's been playing his cards in the worst way possible the whole time.
Now, here's what I find kind of interesting. This guy here, I don't know who the guy is in the back. Some of you guys might know who that is. But no, JFA, that's not a Nissan. That's a Tozy. You really need to get out more. You really need to get out and broaden your horizons, dude. But anyway, he's just casually drinking a cup of coffee from Starbucks, and it's a glass cup. It's not like one of those little paper, throwaway cups like they. And I just think that's just a whole little Andrew or legal mindset. Okay, all right, thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that.
Start to finish. And last night, I guess he decided to get drunk at 3 a.m, go live, and show up extremely late to court because of that. And on his live stream, he was doing, getting paid to do shots, and he ended up showing a new charge that hadn't been leaked to the public yet.
So that charge was actually it's the police case that the police have given over to the prosecutor. So it means that they're going to prosecute it. It's going to trial. Yeah.
In the Korean system, once the police decide to actually formally charge you and they send it to the prosecutors, that's pretty much it. That's where you get the 90+% conviction rate. You're pretty much done. If they've decided to go that far, that means they have the evidence to prove the crime.
So
if there's no evidence, it usually doesn't go to that point. They just drop the case, or if it's like 2 people having a fight or something, they settle or something like that.
I just noticed the dude's got a bow tie. How quaint is that? That's kind of cool. You don't ever see bow ties anymore. I kind of like that. I think we should bring bow ties back. Yeah. Make bow ties a fashion statement again, right?
But in this case, it's gone to the prosecution, so not going to be fun for Johnny Boy.
And he came in with the biggest smile on his face, and then as soon as they read him his charges, his smile just vanished. So it seems like he was truly humbled as he had to sit down for the court hearing.
His suit was terrible. I think that's
right. Okay.
He was wearing Hank's suit.
So we basically kind of confirmed today that he showed up with Hank. So it seems like he's staying with Hank. And then he showed up in Hank's suit, which was oversized. So it just did not really look right at all. And then on top of that, what was the other thing that happened?
The MAGA hat?
The MAGA hat happened. Right. Okay. So the charges that we know. Okay. So we have the 2 misdemeanors, which number 1, it was for the fish.
Minor Crimes Act.
The Minor Crimes Act, which are essentially misdemeanors in the U.S. That was for running around with that fish on the stream that we covered and shoving it in people's faces on the bus and so on. And then there was like a managing director of that bus company that was apparently on.
That's pretty much it.
They were saying he showed up in a suit looking like this.
Picture of Johnny Somali in Portuguese.
Accurate depiction.
So that was one of his misdemeanor charges. Then on top of that, there was another misdemeanor charge for him twerking on people on the subway, which we also covered, and blasting loud music.
But they didn't specifically mention the obscenity. They just said foul language, but they didn't say obscenity, so I'm not sure if that's
It was Subway and Bus? Or
Subway
just-
and Bus.
Subway
Yeah.
and Bus, so it was kind of confusing.
So I'm surprised they haven't mentioned anything about him interrupting the concert, because he went up on stage and did a whole spiel there as well.
We don't know what that last obstruction charge is. Maybe
So that could be it, because that seemed to be televised. So that was another thing there.
And it depends on the district as well, because if the crime happened in that district, it will go to that district court. So
Yeah.
these crimes are just for this district. The other crime is for the eastern. Is it the eastern? Yeah, the eastern district is the sex crime is for the eastern district. So that won't be in this court.
Right.
That'll be in the other courtroom.
So that crime that you just mentioned, that was the deep fake incident with was it Bong Bong TV or something like that?
Probably Bong Bong, yeah.
Okay.
But there's a few people that reported him, so we
Including
don't
Bing
know.
TV, who was here today with us.
Yeah, it's just amazing that we've got like how many people, 3, 4 YouTubers there that's like all grouped up and they're going over all this. I don't know. I don't know. Is this, these IRL streamers that go out and do these pranks and stuff like, Johnny Somali or what was that idiot's name over, and we covered him, quite some time over in the UK. We're just going into people's homes, right? Just walking in the doors, just open up, there's families in there, dads, mom, small kids, and he just walks in here, because he thought it was funny. It's a funny little prank to pull, right? He never really got in any serious trouble. They just over there, I can't remember that guy's name, but anyway, they just kind of slapped him on the wrist, and that was it. Sounds like Johnny Boy here may actually, because I was reading, just for that misdemeanor crime, which was the run around and shoving that fish in people's face and things like that, that holds a 5-year sentence by itself. And I'm not for sure what some of these other crimes hold. They might go over this a little bit more in this, because I seen this last night before I went to bed, but I didn't watch it. What's that? Speaking of like and subscribe to people, otherwise I might accuse you of elder abuse. Oh, well, now they're not getting me to like subscribe for me until they sneak a recording of the court proceedings. I don't know. I don't think I'd want a FAFO in South Korea. I just don't think I'd want to do that. FAFO in another country? No, I mean, I think Korea isn't that one of those places where they still cane you just for, you don't go to prison or nothing or jail. They just bring out one of them canes and just whip you. And that don't sound too pleasant either, right?
The Korean streamer, he has a deep fake. Dalgoon has a deep fake. Many of the Korean streamers have deep fakes with Johnny Somali, and they've all pressed charges, and none of them have dropped them. But I believe this one will be Bong Bong because it specifically mentioned
Probably,
female.
yeah, it's it.
So and then obviously the last charge, which was the obstruction of business, that was confirmed to be in the 7-Eleven, and they also said how he was talking negatively to an elder employee as well, and they really punctuated that.
Yeah, harassment of an elderly person, an elderly worker, making customers feel unsafe, and then also.
Finally, we got a country that's sitting there. You misbehave and mistreat an elder, right? And they're going to get you. I'm all for that. Got to stop this elder abuse, man.
Yes, it's Judge St. His first time. And then also drinking alcohol when he was asked not to drink alcohol. They changed the law. You're not allowed to drink alcohol in a convenience store.
Okay.
And they can get in trouble for it. So she was actually following the law by telling him not to drink. And then he was abusive to her. So that's also part of the obstruction.
Was there anything else that you noticed in Korean that we didn't understand? Because we're using him as a translator.
They just generally didn't seem very impressed with him. When the judge didn't really, I think, know about the fish story.
Oh,
interesting. But when they read out he was going around public transport with a rotten fish, the judge kind of went like this. He did a kind of a neck twitch. Like, what is this guy on? Yeah, so that was funny. And the judge saw him making faces at us.
Right, yeah, when he walked in.
And then on the bench, he made a face directly at me, and it does
in front of everyone.
Right to us, in
Very
front of everybody.
intelligent.
He looked to us and did
Yeah.
both of us. It was pretty direct. It was right at us, like direct.
So that was. Hank apparently showed up and called us losers.
Oh, we're losers, guys.
Hank called us a loser, so we're so emotionally damaged right now. You can see A to Z. He's deep with the emotional scars. He's a kid, man. Don't cry, man.
But yeah, no. Other than that, I'm trying to see. So, oh yeah, he has another case. What, it's scheduled for April 9th.
April 9th is going to be his plea, his time to plea for the new charge. So he pled guilty on the 3 counts, the old obstruction charge he got in November, then the 2 minor crimes act. He pled guilty on those. But the new one he got this week, he hasn't pled anything. His lawyer hasn't reviewed it. So he's going to come back to court. He doesn't even know what it is. He thinks he knew everything. He didn't even know. So they've got 3 weeks just to deliberate, meaning think about it and come back in April. This process is slow. And while we were in there, we were actually watching a case that had been going on and delayed for 1 whole year because a witness failed to show up. So Johnny thinking he's going to be out of here in 3 weeks or a month, think again.
Yeah, so it seems like he's definitely going to be stuck here for maybe even a year and more, depending on his sentence as well. I'd say a lot of people were saying
a year at this point, a minimum
a year is what you think. So a lot of people here are thinking he's going to get somewhere between 3 to 5 years in prison for all of this, which is crazy. But it'll be really interesting to see what happens moving forward. So we have that trial on April 9th, and then did they set the new trial for this or when the next hearing for this case is?
April 9th.
That is April 9th.
So April 9th is the next court hearing, and then on April 9th they'll decide the next one after that.
Yeah.
So after April 9th, we may not have another one until June.
So when is the next case? Because there was a separate case.
That's in a separate district.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a different courthouse to today. They have different courthouses.
Okay, so that runs separately. So even after this case, he
still has to
needs
go
to be
to that.
worried about the next
Yes.
case.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Jeez. Anyway. Yeah. Let's go, Mr. Somali. Let's go. You faffoed, my dude. You faffoed. You faffoed so hard. Thoughts, closing thoughts, final thoughts, whatever. These creators that go out here and we have a few of them here in the States too, right? We can't just sit there and poke fingers at that idiot over in the UK or even Johnny Somali down there in Korea. We got some homegrown idiots too, right? We got the idiots that like go around and open up food containers like ice cream containers and lick on them, or open up bottles of stuff and spit in them, and things of that nature, right? And they're all trying to get their little 5 minutes of fame. I really do. I don't know. Maybe a public flogging rather than just misdemeanor crimes and making them pay some sort of fine or something like that. Maybe we ought to just have like public floggings, right? Like where they're put out there and people can walk by and throw rotten fruit at them and rotten tomatoes and things like that, right? I think that would be good, right? And then we can live stream that, right? Works for me. So this next thing. The one I'd wondered sent this to me. And he's like, you got to show this on your stream. The next time you stream, you have to go over this. And I don't know why he feels like I need to go over this, but I'll show it. We'll talk about it, whatever. There seems to be some sort of insanity about Pokemon going on. Like I seen a tweet the other day where this guy had gotten a hookup from a retailer buddy or whatever, and had like bought all these Pokemon like cards, boxes or whatever, and rolled them out on a cart or one of those flats from the back of the store and out, right? Bypassing the shelves completely. And these people were like really upset about this because they're like, other, I guess, collectors or whatever wasn't given a shot to them. There was speculation. Maybe the guy was one of these people that were, I guess, getting and then reselling them for a higher price. Kind of, I guess, essentially scalping them or whatever. And, but this looks like it's like a vending machine, like one of those, I guess we go up and buy cards versus, maybe they're trying to do that to maybe protect the cards, keep people from, shoplifting them or what have you. But these are two, and I use this term loosely, two grown adults, two children, man-childs.
Good morning.
I got to turn the music off. But anyway, so this guy's that are trying to, and this other guy's fighting him off. Now look, this is grown ass men that are fighting over being able to purchase Pokemon cards. I don't understand. I literally, I don't understand this whole deal. I don't. But anyway, there you go. I showed it. So, all right. So I got another story. That's the level of intelligence of Pokemon players. I'll take your word for it, Purple, because I honestly, I've never, to my knowledge, I've never been around Pokemon players. I was around Magic players, Magic the Gathering, MTG, right? But anyway, Purple, you wound me. Oh Lord, Dead on Dave. Dead on Dave collects the cards, but I don't think he like plays with the cards, right? I don't think he has like decks, and I think he just cracks packs. I think he's a pack cracker. I've never seen him actually play. Now I know he plays the little games where you go out like Pokemon. That's close enough. Okay, fair enough. Listen. All right, so purple spoken, and that settles it. That's the end of it right there. Let it go. So I got a story for you guys, and this is coming. This is coming. This is not a fictitious story. This is not a YouTube story. Well, it's going to be one now when I tell it, I guess. But this is not. This is not a what do you call it? I don't know. Okay. So there is a oh boy. This is a doozy, guys. This is an absolute doozy story. So the other day, I was at home working like I do these days. Thoughts on Tommy C quitting YouTube, people? I'll talk about that in a minute, JFA. Since you ask, I will talk about it after my story here. Anyway, I was sitting here at the house and I got a phone call from a friend of mine, and he asked me. He said, "Have you heard the latest from this local school, one of the school districts around here?" I said, "No. What's going on?" He said, "So there was this high school student girl who was playing basketball, and she got hurt playing during a game, and she wound up getting a concussion, which that in itself is not necessarily out of the ordinary or unusual. Players get hurt playing sports." And she hit her head and she got a concussion, went to the doctor and all that kind of stuff, and she was having some repercussions from the concussion. She was having some mild seizures, but she was still under medical care. She was, the doctors were watching everything, and so everything was going okay. Now the coach decided that it was taking too long for this young girl to heal up from this concussion. And so the coach decided that this girl had been possessed by a demon. I'm not exaggerating on this. I'm telling you verbatim what I was able to go out and glean from reading information on this story. And I would love to be able to show you the story like in print. The problem is all the information is garnered from posts by people and the parents on Facebook. And I am not going to sit there and put out people's real names. I'm just not going to do it. So you're going to have to trust me with the rest of this story. So the coach decided that this young girl had been possessed by a demon. So the coach then gets her husband and another girl from the team, and they decide to have an exorcism. So they have an exorcism. Now, they don't talk to the girl's parents. They don't, they just take this upon themselves. And so they do this exorcism on this girl. And suffice it to say, the girl goes home and tells the parents about this exorcism. Now, chat, what do you think the parents' reaction was to this story? Do you think they were relieved and thankful that this demon had been exorcised from their daughter? Do you think they were just no reaction at all? They're just, I'm drum, whatever going on. Or do you think that maybe they were just a little bit upset? Well, chat, if you chose option 1 or 2, you'd be wrong. So they go and start raising 3 kinds of hell. And rightly so, might I say. And so the school board goes to the superintendent and says, you must terminate this coach immediately. Right? And I know what you're thinking, coach, chat, right? Because I know how a lot of people think, and I think I've got, so you're like, that seems reasonable. That seems reasonable. And the superintendent should terminate that coach, right? Because why, who gave this coach, the right to perform a religious ceremony on their child, right? No permission, nothing, right? They just, well, why, right? Well, the superintendent says, I can't. You heard me. Superintendent says, I can't do it. Well, this pissed the school board off. And they demanded, they said, no, you didn't hear us right? We said terminate. And the superintendent says, I can't. And here's the thing, right? Guys, he can't. He could not just fire the coach. there's this whole big process that they have to go through, right? The coach would have to be put on administrative leave with pay while they investigate and they, hold their things, whatever. And then, right, here's the real funny thing about all this. If the child was not in any way harmed, right? Right? So like if they didn't restrain the child and, I don't know what all they did. I have no idea, right? But if the child was not in any way physically harmed, chances are, right, they can't fire the coach. Strange, right? Weird, I know. But anyway, so the school board says, well, we'll fire you, and they fired the superintendent. So the superintendent lost their job. Now, so I know what you're saying to yourself. Well, that doesn't seem quite fair, right? And it may not be, right? It may not be fair. But here in Arkansas, the only employee that a school board can directly hire and or fire is the superintendent. The superintendent subsequently then hires and or terminates anyone else. It can be principals, it can be janitorial staff, it can be cooks, teachers, you name it, right? But that's just how it's structured here, right? So the last word that I got on this deal was the coach is still there. The superintendent is out of a job, but don't feel too bad about the superintendent, because even though they terminated the superintendent, because the way, again, things are done, the way that things are, the laws are written here, superintendents are given contracts, as are teachers and other employees at a school district. So, and generally speaking, normally, when they hire a superintendent, they will give them a 1-year probationary contract, right? And then if the superintendent is liked and does the job well, and there's no problems with them, most time schools will give them a running 2 to 3 year contract, right? So before their contract comes up, they'll extend it 2 years or 3 years, which is kind of like a vote of confidence in what the superintendent is doing, and lets the superintendent know, that your job is secure here. So even though the superintendent was terminated, that person will still get at least a couple of years of pay. So while they can go out and get a job somewhere else at another school district, being a superintendent, so they'll get pay there, and then of course they'll get pay over at the school that terminated them as well. So anyway, it's not too terribly bad. It's still crazy that this day and age that they just decided to do an exorcism rather on a girl because she was having seizures. Yeah, make sense. Good Lord. And you know what the real crazy thing of it was, right? And I don't want to get into too much of this is a kind of a can of worms, but they were not Catholic. Generally, Catholics are, well, there's a couple other religions that will perform exorcisms, right? But from what I was able to garner and gather, these people were Baptist, and Baptist. I was raised Baptist. We don't subscribe to demon possessions, which made this even more confusing. So anyway, so JFA asked about Tommy's announcement yesterday. I was watching Tommy's stream. What Tommy said was he's not quitting. Okay. He talked about how he's tired of the dramas today. And I 100% understand exactly what he's saying. I've been there for about a year and a half now, maybe closer to 2 years. Everything that comes out these days seems to be centered in and around some sort of nonsense, allegations, sometimes legitimate, verifiable, you know, allegations of some sort of, sexual misconduct, right? But get tired, I just. So when Tommy talks about how, he's, I think Tommy's in his, what is he, like in his mid 40s, I think. And he talks about how, well, if Tommy feels that way, guys, I'm like 10 years older than Tommy. Right? I have no, I don't. So I understand that. And when he talked about actually going to getting a job, I think, my personal opinion, having a job where that's your primary source of income and interacting with people that, normal people that they use the internet to maybe do some shopping online, stream a movie, um, that type of thing. Just normal use of the internet. It's not such a bad deal. Um, I don't. There may have been at one point in time. I possibly had some thoughts, and I probably did, of maybe trying to do this full time. But the longer I did it, the realization I came to that I would never want to do this full time. Do this part time. Do it as long as I enjoy doing it. Do it as long as I find stories that I find interesting to talk about. Yeah, 100% will do that. But when you get in a situation to where you are a commentator, right, and you commentate, and your stories are mainly around online shenanigans, online stories of people doing sometimes the most heinous things, it just gets old. It just really truly does get old. So while I'll never leave quote commentary, making commentary videos, and neither will Tommy, because he enjoys doing it, just like I enjoy doing it. But my takeaway from what Tommy said was he just doesn't enjoy covering a lot of the stuff that comes down the pipe. And I understand that. I respect that. And I hope Tommy finds a job in the real world relatively quickly, and so that he is not looking to YouTube as a source of income. And I hope that his job compensates him to the same level of what he was making, or getting from YouTube, so that he doesn't feel pressure to have to come back and do YouTube again. That's all so will I miss the frequent streams and stuff that Tommy, because I don't know. I mean, I know myself personally, like trying to do a stream after working all day is rough, because you're at least I am not physically tired. My job's not a physical job, but it is a mentally taxing job, and and dealing with problems all day that are of a computer generated nature. And coming home then, or not, well, one of the days I go in the office or whatever, the thought of coming home and trying to fire up a stream, or even sitting here at my desk and fire up a stream and do a stream is not even something that interests me, right? I still like to hang out and talk to people. And I do that, usually nightly, with friends and stuff, but the idea of firing up a stream and stuff just really doesn't interest me in the slightest bit. But no, I 100% understood everything Tommy was saying, and I 100% supported everything he was saying about, and I wish him the best. I think that would be a good path for him. I really do. So anyway, hopefully that answered your question, JFA. Let's see what else here. Squatching, he'll have more fun not relying on YouTube for employment, just covering the things he enjoys versus exactly. That's exactly what trying to get back on post. Yeah. He was saying he had an opportunity to actually go back to work there on the army base right there in Germany. I think, which will be good too, right? Is Beaver in the chat? Are you guys just messing with me? Anyway, so yeah, I've got a few minutes. If anybody wants to call in, hop in the waiting to call. I'll pull you in, and if you got questions or whatever, we can chew the fat if you like or whatever. If not, we can get I can tell you, I'm pretty sure, I think Toxic said last night he's going to be doing a stream today. So if you want to pour ketchup all over Law Cow, make sure you tune in to Toxic this afternoon. I don't know sure exactly what time. Who is this? Gigi. Good morning, Gigi. What are we doing this morning?
Annoying you. That's what I come here to do.
Well, I got bad news for you. It's Friday. I've had a full cup of coffee. There's no way for you to annoy me.
Riv, don't give me a challenge.
Oh,
it's not nice.
Gauntlet is throwed. So
that's not fair. I just woke up and you're streaming. Where was my personal invite? Where was my alarm clock? Where was my...
failure to plan on your part does not necessitate an emergency on mine.
Excuse me. Where was the announcement? Just because I'm not on Twitter.
Well, then you know what? Get on Twitter. Be like the rest of the population. Get on Twitter, see all the garbage and stuff that comes out on Twitter, and then you will see my little announcements. Or
you didn't tell Purple either. Riv, what do you do? You're slacking. You didn't give Purple her personal invite either. What's going on here? This is unacceptable.
Okay, excuse me. There's an announcement that goes out in this Discord, and it pings, says everybody, Riverter is going live. Right? So if you're in here, and boom, there you go. I put it out on Twitter, said, hey, I'm going live. So anyway.
Look at this. Belinda says she didn't get it till 7:32. She didn't even get it at 7. That's not.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, right? So you got the server muted? You probably have my Discord muted, don't you?
Okay, excuse me. I'm in I don't know how many Discords. There's only 3 I do not have muted, of which one is yours. Okay. So
well, then
the other one is Cam, which we're gonna do an episode, guys.
Are we?
We're doing it.
Are we?
Listen.
I'm waiting on one of you 3 ladies to come up with a topic, put the story together, and say, let's do it.
Endless topics. That's not me. That's not my issue. Really, actually, you know what? We have a little bit of an audience. Somebody bully Jessica Pizzle. That's who I'm waiting for. We can probably get Seth here if we just create a little circle of summoning. She'll show up.
I understand, but here's the deal, right? Pizzle is up to her eyeballs in displaced animals because she was rehoming or housing, whatever you want to call it, a lot of the animals because of the fires out there in California, right? So Pizzle was being like a superhero and took a lot of animals in and taking care of them. And her between her working her job and taking care of all these animals, I don't think Pizzle has time to
You know what I have to say to that, Riv?
what
You know,
what
I've been taught this by TikTok that if they wanted to, they would.
would what
You know what
would
I'm
what
saying?
would what
Would all the things. TikTok wasn't specific.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Yeah, Seth was in here earlier this morning. But
So I'm
Seth was
saying all you need a little, circle on the ground. You get some summoning salts.
yeah.
You put a little, you put some demon blood, and she shows up.
Look,
It happens. It's easy.
To Seth's credit, she was up quite late her time, right? She was doing a stream with Squatchin and K-Huck last night,
Jayhawk,
and
yeah,
they
I saw.
were going over the
Nerd City
Nerd City
stuff.
back lore and then this new video and stuff, I reckon. So yeah, anyway.
Okay, so what I'm hearing then is Seth is also itchy to talk on a stream about nothing. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't speak for people, so I don't know.
I don't know what the Nerd City stuff is about, so if that was insensitive, my bad. I have no idea what's going on with Nerd City.
He made a video saying Sniper Wolf was stinky. That's the long and the short of it.
Was stinky? He smells bad?
I guess she doesn't. He had about, I don't know how many clips through the 10 years or plus that she's been doing streaming where she talked about she didn't wash her hair that day. And so he kind of took all that, strung it together, implied that she doesn't bathe and doesn't wash her hair. And I think it was now, and okay. So I'm not championing or defending Sniper Wolf. She's not a good person. I mean,
nobody shower.
She ghosted.
No more showers for anyone.
She ghosted a kid who asked her to be her Make-A-Wish, yes. Right? Yeah. So not a good person. So I'm not defending her in the slightest bit. But I think taking a bunch of clips and putting them together over the history of a person's online career to try to present that, like they're just a stinky butt and they never shower. It's not, I don't think it was one of those deals.
Belinda, let's go. Food,
I don't think she was going, I don't know this for a fact, right? I don't know this for a fact, but I don't believe she was like going months upon months without bathing. I don't think that was a thing, but maybe it was. I don't know. And guess what? I don't care. It's Sniper Wolf, who is a garbage person, and it's Nerd City, who is a garbage person who gets triggered because of cat memes. What else is there to know? So, anyway.
He gets triggered because of cat memes? How does he survive the internet?
I don't know. I tell you what, go watch Squatchin stream on it last night. Or, Seth wanted to... Oh, I'm sorry, K-Huck stream, or Squatchin was there, or Seth wanted to do one on him back a few months. There's even a stream where she was on here with me and was going on and on and on about.
That's true.
So
she is indeed the number one Nerd City hater. I saw the subtitle. I saw it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, looky, JFA. Good morning, JFA, and how are we today, sir? Please don't speak all at once. You're monopolizing the conversation. JFA, did you forget how to use Discord?
No, he had audio problems. Rev, don't you know? Seemed appropriate.
So the guy that constantly complains about people having audio problems has audio problems. That's kind of a little bit of irony there, isn't it? I mean,
well, that's how it works on the internet. We reflect our problems upon other people.
Oh, okay. So, what is this propaganda that I've seen you in the chats talking about how now recording?
Well, that's what I wanted
on
to talk
live
to you about,
support.
people. Is
Okay.
why would you promote toxic, Garbo streams on Lolcow Live? Why can't you just, convince him to put out a now recording? His bread
Well,
and butter.
you know what? Here's the thing on that. He's just one cog in that machine. There's like what, four of the cogs. You've got Beavers, you've got Matt Pitt, you've got Beckett, and you've got Core, right? So it's not just a
But
matter
that's his
of
baby. But
is
that's his
it?
baby, people. He
Is it?
came up with it on his channel, and then
Uh-huh.
he stopped doing work, and they made a new channel. But he still wants to claim his baby. He still wants to see his child
Well,
not pay the child
not to
support.
speak
You know what I
well of
mean?
my mortal enemy, Toxic, who refuses to admit his love of Taylor Swift. We all know. All of us here know. But he has been trying to run cover for now recording and pretending that it's still alive for a
Oh,
while now. I feel like he has to accept that
yes.
now.
And
But
Mitch, I forgot Mitch. Thank you, Belinda. Yes, I forgot Mitch.
we don't need to
here's the
remember
thing.
Mitch. Mitch doesn't remember us.
Oh, well.
Here's the thing about Mitch.
Oh.
He's a grown ass man. He's almost approaching his 50s. Okay, I
Yeah.
understand his need to work and make a living outside the internet, but everybody else, they don't have an excuse.
Yeah.
And they missed out on the doc drama. They could have went live that night, but they chose not to. They did not answer the clarion call of the fans. They let us down.
Well, do you feel like? Let me ask you a question. This is a serious question. This is not a what? Do you believe that sometimes a story or a topic or whatever can be over talked about?
Sure. But it's hot off the press, and they could talk about it for an hour and a half, and making donations and put out content. And they
Yeah.
chose not to do that.
Well, I would say you probably. Well, I know Toxic wasn't, because he had other engagements last night, so he couldn't have done one, right? So
What was he looking for? His reading glasses?
He was looking for his reading glasses. He was. He lost them and was hunting diligently for them. So I think
Poor guy.
the real question you need to ask is why didn't Mitch and Core and Beaver and Beckett was streaming and was talking about that all last night, right? So Beckett was doing his own thing.
I'll tell you this, people. I give
Yeah.
Core a break because he was streaming the past couple of nights. I give Beckett a break because he has his own channel to take care of
Sure.
and worry about.
Okay.
I do not give the same leniency to Beavers. I do not give the same leniency to Matt Pitt, because really, how many weeks can you be sick?
Well, I think
I feel bad for you, Matt, but I hope you feel better. But
It
get
depends
off
on the
your ass,
sick, don't you
please.
think? But also, and
He's
I already
not
know the
dying.
answer to this based off other things I've seen you say, JFA, but don't you think there are some stories that might be more sensitive to the people involved in them? And maybe they don't want to cover it without taking into consideration that level of sensitivity and how it might affect the future friendship that for sure those guys have formed to some degree over the course of being, not even just on the show, but they've had to, as a group, take a bunch of shit and give a bunch of shit. So I don't know. I feel like if there's some kind of internal, if there was, actually, let me not finish that sentence.
See, I knew it. That's why I helped in. That's why I jumped in at the last second. You're welcome, Gigi. No, this is commentary. There are no friends. There are no safety nets. This isn't Maury Povich. This isn't. Well, it's more like Jerry Springer, really, and Steve Wilkos with the pedos.
Okay.
Get off my chair. Get off my chair.
So I'm looking here.
No, see, Beaver just corrected me. Beaver said, fuck those guys. Beaver says, I hate those guys. I don't want to talk to them. And that is why we haven't done it. Matter of fact, he says he's going to take over the channel and just start posting trailers to his OnlyFans. Now's your chance, guys.
Always something.
I have a question, because I'm looking here at a podcast that stars you, JFA. And the last video I see you was put out was a month ago.
So
why didn't you and your band of merry men go live and talk about it?
Well, since you asked, subscribe to You're Muted with yours truly, Lord Asmo and Burn the World 10.
Yeah.
We have a couple of recordings. We're just waiting on the editing and I think a thumbnail or two, but otherwise we're good.
Okay, but you guys could have went
We're gonna
live.
upload soon.
But you could have went live, and you could have capitalized on this. And what was it you said? Get a few donations.
Come on, people. Capitalize on what? All 11 of our subscribers. Come on.
Excuse me, sir. Do not undersell yourself. You have 21 subscribers.
Ooh, how many likes? I can't wait to upload.
Well, let's see. On your most recent one, which was you got 16 views, was a month ago, and
Ooh, that's not bad.
You have 5 likes on it.
Y'all can do better on the likes. Come on, you can unlike it a year from now. I will never know the difference.
Yeah. Purple is saying you could hit her up. She would be glad to do a thumbnail for you at any time. Purple, listen. If you've got Purple, cheering you on, that's not nothing, dude. That's a lot. I mean,
Speaking of, we're recording this Sunday, so we could use Purple's help.
There you go. I don't know.
Well, we'll get out another episode. Sorry, go ahead.
Let's just be honest. I mean, Purple is like, she is a miracle worker, right? I mean, she's something special. True. But I don't. But do you think she really could help you guys?
Oh, I love her thumbnails. She's the only person ever making me care about minions.
I think you misunderstood here. Even though she is a miracle worker, I mean, Purple is a miracle worker. She's like the hand of God almost. Do you think she could really help you guys?
Help in what regard? She has been helping, but what else are you adding to it?
Riv, I really feel like it's unreasonable to ask a mortal to do what clearly only God can handle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think you're probably right there, Gigi. I think you're right. So anyway,
I don't understand what's going on.
I know you don't, JFA, and that's why Purple can't help you. So anyway,
Ooh. Before you continue, Peepaw, would you like to laugh at somebody else for a change? Specifically tonight? Do you know what's going on tonight? What's going on tonight?
No, what's going on tonight, man?
Well, it's going to be Burn the World 10 versus Himpleton later tonight.
Well, hang on. I thought they were buddies. I thought they were friends.
I thought so too, but apparently something's going on.
No, there's no friends on the internet. He just said, Riv. Were you not paying attention this morning?
Hang on. I thought
they had a
podcast together.
Do they? I don't know. I thought they were just on AWT together.
No, they were on was it Wallbangers or whatever?
I think it's just him, Maggot, and I think the one time Himpleton or 2 times Himpleton.
No,
I don't know.
He was a member of the podcast. No, he was like their editor and everything for that podcast. He was the one that was doing the editing stuff for it.
I didn't know he was doing stuff in the background, but okay. I didn't know that.
So are you saying that Byrne has put Himpleton out of the house?
Oh, I don't know. I know they don't like each other right now. We don't know how it's going to be, but tune in. The people who've been fucking with you, I guess now it's Peepaw's turn to laugh.
Nope. I don't listen. I do not. I don't care.
Don't worry, Peepaw. Let's set up a private watch chat between us and them. It'll be fun. It'll be a laugh riot.
It's true.
You know what? I think I have better things to do with my evenings than to watch a bunch of Riris go Riri. So.
Bird has so many podcasts. Matter of fact, this is a great time for me to announce Bird and I have a podcast. It's Thursdays at 7 Central. It's called the Nerd and the E-Girl, and we're gonna talk about
Nerd and the E-Girl.
God. Listen, I don't know why, but I was K-Hux. What she has the nerd. I don't know. Listen.
The Nerd and the Jerk. No, the Nerd and the Jerk. No, that was an old Dead on Dave one. What was it? It was Nerd.
Yes. I am the
And,
nerd, and Burn is the
yeah.
e-girl. Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Oh yeah, and don't forget Zelda Cast. There we go, Zelda Cast.
Zelda
That's a Burn and K Huck
Huck.
and Reese now. So Nerd and the Huck. There we go.
And there's wall bangers, of course. Can't forget wall bangers.
Yeah, I guess it's
Yep.
still going. I don't know. So
I don't know.
yeah.
It's true.
So it's been a month, JFA. So when are you and Lord Asmo and Burns gonna put out something?
Hopefully by the end of the week.
So let me ask you a question. So since Burn, according to you, is going to have this showdown with Himpleton, are you cheering for Burn, or are you cheering for Himpleton, or are you just cheering for blood? Period.
I'll tell you what, people. Whoever wins gets to be my friend, and they get to be the co-host of my podcast.
Okay. So if Himpleton takes out Burn, are you replacing Burn with Himpleton then on Just Muted?
Well, seeing how much of a cheapskate I am, maybe I'll take the remains of Burn and turn them into some sort of makeshift Frankenstein, and we could have Himpleton.
Okay.
1.5 more.
So where is this going to be occurring? Is this going to be on Burns' channel, or is this going to be on Himpleton's, or are they both going to be live at the same time?
I believe it's going to be on AWT.
On AWT. Okay. So that's what's that, Flatley? Is that Flatley's channel?
Yep, Flatley. Uncle Grunkle, that guy.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. So if you guys that love the blood sports and stuff, evidently there's going to be blood sports tonight over on Flatley's channel. So you guys.
So it's going to be Burn versus Himpleton. Isn't that like kind of like cannibalism?
It is.
A little bit.
And it's going to be, it'll be delightful. It'll be delightful,
Okay.
Gigi.
Well,
yeah. I wish them all the luck in the world. I really do. So that's just not something that really interests me. So they can go eat their own, I guess. So exactly.
May the best man win.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Also, Gigi, tell JFA NR will rise. Well, there you go. So now recording is going to rise. Beaver says that it's coming back like a fiery phoenix and will be born again, renewed and ready to go.
Yeah, bullshit. You know what else is going to rise? Amaranth's beer. Get out of here, Beaver. Stop with that bullshit.
Oh my god.
Liar.
Oh my god. Such
venom.
That's
See, that part I'll say. Unlike JFA's limp dick. That part I'll say.
Hang on, JFA.
I do not have dead dick. I do not have dead dick. It works functionally, and I've not received a complaint in months.
Okay.
Go fuck yourself.
All right, so hang on.
A whole month. Wow.
Hang on.
Good job.
I want to JFA, there was some venom in that. Were you hurt? Do you feel like you were personally hurt and slighted by now recording?
Absolutely. Nobody motivates them better than I do. All right. I tried to get them as high as they possibly could from the beginning.
Okay.
And never once did I ever ask for credit. But I felt like this was a personal slight on their part.
Oh.
And as their best fan, as their biggest fan, as their promoter.
Yeah.
It's like watching your son stab you in the back.
So you feel like they betrayed you.
They're my children, people. Of course they betrayed me.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
Well, that's what children do, though. That's how that works, right? Can't become the king without killing the previous king. But also, Belinda said something that to me literally sent a shiver up my spine. She said, "Now recording is always recording." Dun, dun, dun. So then my brain was like, well, so how are they going to end that episode? Because that's not going to be the case anymore. But actually, we all know and we've all seen that the correct controversy will bring anybody out of retirement. So now all the Spurs get to figure out who's going to do it, who's going to bring them back, who's going to cause those, six people to make time in their schedule to get together to rag on them.
If Doc couldn't do it, nothing's going to do it.
Well, hang on.
All right, I'm sorry.
Let me go look out there. I thought now recording I'm pretty sure they just did some stuff. Let's see. So they put out, hang on, they put out a video. Okay, so hang on, let me go to their live thing. Because what they're doing is they do a live stream and then they cut up the segments and put out videos. So 2 weeks ago was the last time they did a live stream, right? And then they cut those videos up and they got a video out of it. I think it looks like Only Use Me Blade. They got one on Frogan and they got one on Rose Malay. So, I mean, they put content. It's only been a week, really. I mean, well, 2 weeks, but.
I feel like you're not understanding that Now Recording has lasted the longest. They've gotten to dance on the graves of every other commentary podcast, as they should. And now that things have, gone the natural way of commentary podcasts for them, it's our turn. That's how this works.
Yeah.
I think this is the beautiful cycle of life.
Well, I maybe they just decided to take a little vacation. They may come back.
I'm joking.
No.
But also, now that we know that is
month.
the thing, clearly what brings Cam out of retirement is somebody throwing a party and it going poorly. So you guys want another episode of Cam, all that needs to happen is somebody's bad at throwing an event.
Look,
when is a reunion stream? I want a reunion stream. Can we do that?
What, clear as mud?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'd just have me and Gigi and Seth and Pizzle. And
what?
And
what about the rest?
What, Banana? Banana's off the internet. Banana doesn't do things no more. That would be it.
That's true.
He let me down too.
I need to respond to Beaver. Beaver, you might have more testicle, but you know what else you have? More Sugandis. Listen, I am not gone. It's still going to happen. I'm going to wait until your weakest moment, and that is where I will appear to get my next one, all right? Because I've gotten you twice on two other people's podcasts.
Purple says Banana streams on Twitch. I did not know that. Banana and I haven't, really talked in probably over a year.
Fake news. He does not stream on Twitch. Every once in a while, that man gets drunk and decides he's a god at video games and posts like a GIF on Twitch. That's what that happens. You know how I know? Because he shows me the Dark Souls, whatever the fuck, and I don't play that game, so I don't know what the fuck is going on. And I just go, "That's great. What kind of whiskey are you having?" And he tells me, drinks a lot of Travelers and a lot of Suntory for anybody that would like to know.
Okay. But that would be it. No, and we came out, and I think the last thing Cam did was the Spurkies. We did the pre-show of this, and then evidently we got people in trouble for that one. So,
We did. Listen, all I can say is we didn't put out much of an episode, but we came back with a splash. We took Squatching from Now Recording. I'm proud of us. 2024 was a banger year for Cam. Our cute little show created so much content. Some people owe us money. I think they could have bought us a coffee.
Now Recording's not going to notice Squatching gone. They don't do anything anymore. They're dead.
No, I don't believe that, JFA. I believe
Beaver's chirping up in chat is rigor mortis setting in.
No, listen, Beavers and I, no, he's been a supporter for a long time.
No, you can't put Squatching in the doghouse. There's dogs in there, Beavers. You'll miss her. We'll riot. Can't do it. Also, the crime was months ago. It's past the punishment date. I don't think you can just have like indefinite punishment. What is this, like double jeopardy? This is America. Or actually, the two people I'm talking to are also not in America. This is Earth. I'm pro Squatching. I support Squatching's rights and Squatching's wrongs.
So Purple just sent me a thing, said here that
Purple sent you Now Recording's obituary. She already had it down.
No. Banana was live on Twitch a week ago.
Okay. Well, there you
go. So he does, I guess check out Banana over on Twitch. He streams every now and then. And
If it makes you feel better, I can go bother him on Twitch and tell him to come back. He'll listen to me.
You think so?
Nah, he won't listen to me. I'm just gonna annoy him regardless.
Well, you should. You should go harass and harangue him. If anybody should be harassed and harangued, it should be Banana. 100%.
The day I meet Banana Grabber is the day I'm gonna draw a hair on his head with a Sharpie. It's gonna be glorious.
I met up with Banana back in the day when I was doing cam and had lunch or supper.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
What
he
are
was
we
a
talking about?
good guy, a real gentleman. Didn't eat all the food in your refrigerator. A model guest of the house.
No, I was over in his neck of the woods, and we just met up at a restaurant and had dinner. So, and he
wasn't a house guest.
No, he was a gentleman. He was everything was cool. So,
all right.
And I do miss making. Memory. I do miss streaming with Banana. He was always. You never knew what Banana you were going to get. Were you going to get the calm, kind of low key Banana because he had his meds, or was you going to get the tinfoil wearing, conspiracy theorist Banana because he hadn't taken his meds?
I always knew what I was going to get.
What was that?
Whenever I messed with him, I always knew what I was going to get when I messed with him. It's always the same old Banana.
Yeah. Well.
Oh yeah, you want to come in here? You come in, wait in the call. I'll fix you, JFA. I miss that.
Yeah. I do. Yes, Banana was always good for some laughs. So.
Always ready to go. That's why I respect Banana Grabber.
Okay.
Always ready to fight.
So I'm gonna have to get out of here because it's that time of the day.
Rest in peace, Banana. I missed you, brother.
Yeah. So JFA, we should be getting another podcast from you and Burn and Asmo in about another month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Soonish. I would say within the week, maybe next week tops.
So who's doing the editing? Is that Asmo?
That's Asmo's job. Burn just kind of he's like the Beavers. He just shows up and yells slurs. And me, well, I try to keep peace.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right.
He doesn't believe me. He doesn't believe me. Amazing. Unreal. Yeah, unbelievable.
So, yeah. Anyway, so if you guys...
Thank you for having me on.
Hey, no problem. No problem. Make sure you guys check out You're Muted with JFA and Asmo and Burn the World. I mean, so suppose you get another episode here in a few days. So anyway, JFA, have a great day, my dude, and we will catch you later. All right.
Take care, people. Bye, Gigi.
Bye.
All right, Gigi. Anything you want to say for your show them the door?
Bite me, beavers.
There you go. Bite me, beavers. All right. All right, guys. Thanks for everybody that tuned in and appreciate it. I have faith in Now Recording. I think they're going to be back. I think they're going to be back with a vengeance. I think taking time away to kind of recharge batteries and stuff is always a good thing. And I don't count them out just yet. Don't count them out just yet. I think they'll be back. Besides, it's only been like a week or two. I mean, it's not like now it's not like Clear as Mud, and it's been 6 months since we did an episode. Make sure check out Toxic. I probably shouldn't do this because every time I brag on somebody, it always goes to the hell in a handbasket. But I'm gonna do this anyway because it's kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool anyway. Toxic put out a I guess I have not. Yeah, okay, shut up. You don't want to hear me. So Toxic and I don't. It's not like every week, but we do these body cam reaction videos and stuff, and we just did one back a week or so ago, and Toxic clipped it up and put it out, whatever. And it's a Ice-T. You guys remember Ice-T? He was a rapper, right? And then he started making movies and stuff like that, and now he's on a television show was it Law and Order Special Victims Unit, I think it is. Anyway, he recently had a run-in with law enforcement, and there's a video, body cam footage and everything out of there. And so Toxic and I watched it and did a reaction to it. It's up over 1,000 views. And it's still steadily climbing. And so Toxic is like trying to jumpstart his channel again or whatever, I guess. And anyway, I'm tickled to death that he's, because I've always been a guy, right? I always said, more and more content. That's in but anyway, there's the link to the video. Go check it out if you haven't. It's got my stammering old ass in there, but anyway, the pause. Exactly. I'm reading the chat. Exactly. You got me. You got me. Jeff, I stop when I read the chat. So, but anyway, go check that out. I think he's going to be doing his catch up thing stream. He usually goes around, I think it's around noon or so is when he does that. So go check that out today. What else? I think that's it. I hope you guys have a great Friday. I hope it's smooth, easy going. Hopefully work isn't too bad of a pain in the keister for you, and we can kind of coast into the weekend. So anyway, y'all take care, and I will see you guys next week. And remember, guys, to keep that powder dry, and I'll see you in the funny papers.